Hi, welcome to my website. We appreciate you visiting us once again to Sweet Life. This is Anna, my assistant, and we're today going to be doing gluten-free cupcakes, as I promised for earlier this year. Anyway, we're about to begin. The ingredients we're going to need for these gluten-free cupcakes are a half a cup of softened butter. I have already pre-softened the butter. 1 cup of granulin sugar, 3 large eggs, a half a cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of gluten-free vanilla. The gluten-free vanilla is pure vanilla, and if you look on the back of the box, it will say gluten-free vanilla. 1 3/4 cups of the all-purpose baking mix. Please do not use flour in this recipe. The gluten-free flour will not work in this recipe. Make sure, for sure, it says baking mix. Okay, we are going to preheat the oven to 350. Now we are going to lightly grease the cupcake papers. We spray the inside of the paper lightly. Okay, now we are going to make the batter. Okay, first we are going to beat the softened butter and sugar together thoroughly and combine it until it is somewhat light in color. And remember, we always pre-soften our butter. Okay, now we are going to add the eggs. 1 at a time is always wise because you don't want an egg to end up being bad and ruining your whole batter. So 1 egg. Also should be blended 1 at a time. Next, we will combine the milk and the vanilla. Okay, we are going to add the gluten-free baking mix. The Bisquick is what I've used today, but there are very many, varieties of the baking mix, but it needs to be the mix and not the flour. And if we stir it just a little bit at a time, making sure it's all together, mixed up as we go. We can even occasionally scrape the bowl throughout this process. Sure all the sides and all of the good baking mix are in the batter. Okay, now we have the batter in the light color that it needs to present. We're going to spread the batter into the prepared cupcake pan. For the cupcakes, we're going to scoop the batter by the level of 1/4 cups full into the prepared muffin tins. A muffin scoop will work the best. However, you can use the 1/4 cup measuring cup to fill. All right, here we go. Okay, we are going to bake the cupcakes for 20 to 22 minutes. And we will know when the cupcakes are done because we will insert a tester into the center of the cupcake. And when it comes out clean, we will know that that is our first clue. And our second clue will be the middle will spring back when pressed very lightly. So now we will wait for them to bake. Okay, now we're going to make the gluten-free buttercream icing. In our mixing bowl, we have 1 cup of unsalted butter, which is equal to 2 sticks, and it can't be melted, not melted, just softened. 3 cups of confectionery sugar is also used, sifted. Please make sure it's sifted. If you don't, your frosting will be clumpy. 1/4 teaspoon of just regular table salt. 1 tablespoon of your gluten-free pure vanilla, and 4 tablespoons of milk. Okay, we are first going to begin by beating the butter in the mixer with the paddle attachment or one of the mixer attachments on medium speed until the butter has broken completely down and begins to almost look burnt. Okay, now we are going to add the dry ingredients, which is our sifted powder, our salt, and our vanilla extract also to the butter. Lastly, after the powdered sugar, add 4 tablespoons of the milk. Okay, now we are going to test it to see if they're baked completely by putting the toothpick in the middle and seeing that it did come out dry. Also, it has a little bit of spring to it. And this is our finished product from our gluten-free cupcakes with our buttercream gluten-free icing. We really hope that you've enjoyed the video. And my special thanks to Anna and TJ, who is doing all our filming.